Hello everyone and welcome back to today's weather video. Today we are talking about the current massive, huge heat wave. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. No, not that. But we are going to talk about heat today because we have heat. Over 100 million people are currently in either heat advisories or excessive heat warnings from coast to coast. Let's break it down. So, first of all, if you live in the Pacific Northwest, Seattle, Portland, I'm so sorry. However, we do have another massive heat wave. Huge, just huge. Yes, not doing it though, okay? So, places in the Pacific Northwest, you have heat advisories and excessive heat warnings. They actually go through the next couple of days till the end of this week. So a lot of the heat indices are going to be well over 100, 105, 110. Actual temperatures in Seattle are going to near 100. Portland, you're going to get over 100. Medford, again, Salem, Oregon, in the low to mid 100s and everything. Even going down into northern parts of California like Redding and the extreme southern or extreme northern valleys, basically. Again, you are going to be experiencing that heat and all that stuff. Down here in the actual Southwest, not a whole lot of like heat, but it's still obviously hot. We just don't have advisories or excessive heat warnings actually in place. The bigly, okay, not doing it, part of the country experiencing heat advisories is actually in the middle of the country. Chicago, you're in it. Springfield, Illinois. St. Louis, Kansas City, you're under excessive heat warnings for the next day or so. But basically, if you live anywhere in Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, southern parts of Michigan, Wisconsin, the whole state of Missouri, basically the whole state of Kansas, the whole state of Oklahoma, Arkansas, parts of Tennessee, Kentucky, even parts of like northern Texas, including Dallas, going down into parts of Louisiana, Mississippi. I mean, at this point, I should just say the whole country except for like 2 states are in heat advisories or excessive heat warnings, okay? So, yes, the middle of the country right here, not looking good either, okay? And again, heat indices are going to be well over 105, 110, 115, especially in downtown urbanized areas. Again, you have a lot of concrete, okay? So the concrete absorbs all the heat and just, you know, just makes it basically worse. So again, if you are in the cities, any major city basically, today, tomorrow, Friday, today is Wednesday, by the way, August 11th, forgot to say that, but you know, whatever. Just make sure you are kind of just, you know, not really staying out on the actual pavement and everything that long, because it does get hot and actually it can melt the soles of your shoes. Getting over the asphalt, like some places or some temperatures over like 115 basically, if you were to stand outside in the sun on like a paved path, basically direct sun for like an hour or so, it could actually start to like melt the soles of your shoes. That's not good, and then it gets sticky. So yeah, so that's the Midwest. And now we're over here into the East, the beautiful East. DC, hey, guess what? It's probably going to be the hottest time of the summer, actually. This is DC's 5th official heat wave, and it's going to be the worst one yet. We are under a heat advisory today, and then we are under an excessive heat watch tomorrow. So DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York, Boston, all under heat advisories or excessive heat warnings, even going into Portland, Maine. Much of the actual interior parts of the Northeast as well. Yes, even some of the hillier and mountain areas. A lot of places in New York, except basically like the Adirondacks and everything. Burlington, Vermont is under a heat advisory. So it is just brutal over in the East as well. This is going to last for the next couple of days as well. We are going to get some relief on Saturday and especially Sunday. We're going to knock the temperatures down, just knock them down back into the 80s. But for the next couple of days, yes, we are going to be sweltering. And DC may hit 100 degrees tomorrow. I believe that will be the first time the city has hit 100 degrees since 2015. I have to double check on that. Okay, do not quote me on that. I should have actually looked that up before I made the video, but I think it's 2015 or 13. I think. I don't know yet. The low temperatures, by the way, in a lot of these cities are going to be in the mid to upper 70s, maybe not even getting below 80 degrees. DC, we're forecasted to go down to just 79 tonight. Tomorrow night, 80 degrees. So we may not actually get below 80 for more than like basically like a 36-hour period in the district. So that is just brutal. So make sure you have your AC cranking. If you don't have AC, you can always call city officials, see if there's any actual shelters that are open, like cooling shelters. I know the Pacific Northwest, a lot of the cities, since a lot of residents over there do not have AC, and places in New England do not have AC as well. A lot of places in the Mid-Atlantic do have AC. Midwestern places also, a good chunk of them have AC, but also if you don't have AC, call up a friend, a neighbor, a loved one, or a city official and ask if they have cooling shelters. And please, for the love of God, drink water and a lot of it. And stay hydrated, stay cool, and try to stay out of the most intense time. Do not exercise between basically the hours of like 11 and 5. That's usually when the most intense heat is, basically, especially with the high sun angle. And then obviously the mid to later parts of the afternoon, that's when you have humidity start ticking back up again, and you still have the actual temperature, you know, like going down a little bit, but you have higher humidity. So the higher the humidity, the more intense the actual heat index is. So that's why a lot of times we say that we don't want to have people exercise basically before 5 or 6. Wait until either the later in the evening or earlier in the morning to exercise if you do that outside. And please, again, drink lots of water. So again, over 100 million people currently in the United States are under heat advisories. Pretty impressive, and it can be pretty deadly. So please check up on loved ones, neighbors, young kids, especially older people. You're more susceptible to heat exhaustion and heat stroke, and sometimes the unfortunate passing away. So we want to make sure that everyone is staying safe during this week. Until next time, remember to keep your eye to the sky, because you also are going to see thunderstorms by this weekend. So I'll have another video coming up in a few days about that. Stay safe, everyone.